So today I'm going to be talking about being left-handed. In this speech, I will be covering why there are so few lefties, and maybe some hard things lefties have to go through, and famous lefties. So I'm a lefty myself, obviously, and so I researched and I know about these things. So to see how many lefties are in this class, I'd like everyone to raise their hand if they are a lefty. Yeah, there's only 2 people in this class that are lefties. And so did you know that only 10% of the world population is lefties, and it's the same in every culture? And why do you think that is? Well, some people think that it's because of genetics, and others think that it's because of the environment. But there's a lot of evidence that it's probably both. There's a study, there's many studies done on twins, identical twins, and where one's a lefty and one's right-handed, and they both have the same genes, so it can't be influenced completely on their genes. And there's a quote that says, "There are many theories as to why people display a preference for one hand over the other. One theory projects that position in the womb determines handedness. The ear that faces out of the womb receives the most input and stimulates development on the coordinating side of the brain. This would explain handedness in twins, since they're likely to lie in opposing directions in the womb." So I guess maybe even in the womb that can determine what hand you use when you get out of it. And another thing that's unique is that humans, while there's only 10% of the world population are lefties, in other species, it's usually 50-50 on what animal determines what hand they use. It's 50-50. So because there are so few lefties in the world, there's a lot of things that lefties have to do, which are to get used to the different things. So some things that lefties have to do is when they use scissors, most of the time there aren't left-handed scissors, so they have to use the right-handed scissors and just get used to the way it's shaped. Because once someone offered me left-handed scissors, and I wasn't used to using it, and I was surprised that it actually fit my hand. But I couldn't use it because the blades are on the other side, and I wasn't used to seeing it, so I ended up just using the right-handed scissors. And another thing is, in the auditoriums, when they have the desks, it's made for right-handed people, and if you're left-handed, you have to lean over, and there's not really a desk on the other side. And I hadn't noticed this until I looked it up, so most of the time left-handed people don't even realize they have to change the way they do things to fit to how the objects they use. Another thing is when you use pens, the lid would screw off, and I didn't realize this either. I always wondered why my pen lid screwed off, is because when you write, it automatically, if you're left-handed, it automatically screws that way. Another thing is like the Kindle, you have to turn pages with the right side, so you'll have to lean over if you're left-handed, or can openers, you can't use your dominant hand, and so it's a lot harder to open up a can. And, well, it sounds like being a lefty sucks, but there are some good things about lefties. Because we have to do things differently than most people, we tend to be more creative and come up with other ways to do things, and this is why people in sports are usually better, because they confuse other people because they're not used to seeing people play left-handed. So there's a lot of tennis players that are left-handed. And also, in the Smithsonian, it says President Barack Obama is left-handed, as well as 6 former presidents. And also in Life Science, it says lefties are also overrepresented among geniuses, like Franklin, Isaac Newton, and Charles Darwin were also southpaws. So there are a lot of smart people that are left-handed, and in conclusion, I'd like to say that next time whenever you use a can opener or using scissors, to think about the lefties that have to struggle through it, because most likely they don't even realize they have to struggle. Thank you.